Alright, so last time, after leaving the Gurk Depot, Pale and Sam decided to follow up on Sam's tattoo to get it filled in on a follow-up appointment. Ugbor and Vorik, meanwhile, decided to check out the fighting pits and getting the once over tour by a kind of a local who was sparring in the battlements with someone less experienced than him. They learned of the overall structure of the 4 arenas and met some of the current champions. Ugbor was immediately called out by the Grand Champion Walvin, who is disparaged for serving grooms, as it seems most orcs in this part of the world have abandoned the deity. He was challenged to a fight, but was quickly snuffed by the arena master, telling both of you that the arena was still being cleaned up from Wallen's previous fight. Wallen called out that Ugbor owed him a fight before leaving to return to the other champions. Ugbor, having not the will to wait longer for a fight, decided to go to one of the other arenas and decided to go to the bear pit go into the bear pit with a halfling who held their own for quite a while, but eventually Ugbor came out victorious. Following suit, Vorik found someone to spar with in the Chaos Cage. His opponent, having given himself away while invisible, almost perished as Vorik drew his knife across his throat while swiping through the air, and the man was healed and then left to rest, just in the battlements out, underneath the arena. Finished with their readiness for the hour, Vorik and Ugbor went for a little food and drink at the Defiant Rabbit, and got some rations from the Herringon Rob, but left in a hurry after realizing that the day grew very late and Ugbor forgot to pick up his sword that was being sharpened for him. They arrived to find the shop closed for the day, but when they went to leave, they found their path was blocked out of the forge yard by a figure. Wintermoon said, "No hard feelings." And that was where he left off. So, Pale and Sam. It is late in the evening. Your tattoo, Sam, has just been finished, and you were told that the tattoo inks that the Dragonborn was using, some were standard squid inks, and some were specialty inks that had special components mixed into a liquid suspension. Some had copper and gold powder that made them bright and shiny. Some had gemstone powders and other things. In your specific usage, the dragon scales were done with a suspension of copper and gold powder mixed together that made the outline of some scales shine in the light on your skin. While most dragon scales are just plain red dye, others are accented with ruby dust suspension inks that have a similar effect. The dragon on your arm being complete in the design you have ordered, he gently rubs your arm in what you can guess by the smell is some sort of vegetable oil or olive oil, and after covering it properly, he says, "That should do it. If you have any need with help of the care of the art or updates, just let us know. Keep it oiled for about 2 days or so. Keep it off of clothing for the night and gently cover it tomorrow. After that, it should begin to heal." That being said, you guys being gone from the shop, or having been dismissed from the shop with his tattoo completed, you are in the bazaar. It's kind of late evening. What do you want to do, Pell and Sammael?
Well, Sammy, that's how those kids say that looks fucking sick.
Yeah, man, he definitely outdone himself with the art, for sure. I wasn't expecting something this extravagant, but I'm pretty happy with it. So whatever you want to do, man.
Well, no. Seems our buddies are gone. Kind of just hung out here all day. Let me check. See if I have spell slots.
What's that?
Oh, trying to see if I'm tired or not.
You guys discuss that. I'll be back in one moment.
Alright. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna cast sending to Ugboard, see where they're at.
What's on the agenda once we meet up, though?
Guess we'll find out too.
We go and seek our revenge on this fucking. What's her name? The lady that sold us out. Winter Moon, is that her name?
I don't actively seek revenge. It was pretty shitty, not gonna lie, but
So I agree with that. I wouldn't have to seek revenge either. I personally think that maybe it's just a lesson learned.
yeah, lesson learned, lesson gained. But anyway, yeah. Hold on, let me think of something to say to him.
Okay.
Hey, big guy. What's going on? Where are you at? You can reply to this message.
I actually don't quite remember where we are, but we might be in some trouble.
Where are you at that shop place?
Yeah, you guys are in front of the Sword and Scale. Pardon me, I'll flip the map for you. Well, never mind. You're on the correct screen. I was not. There you go.
I cast a message for sending for... Or not board, but fucking...
Ugboard.
Ugboard.
Gotcha.
I'm just discovering Roll 20 as a dark mode.
What?
Yeah, they're automatically do it for me.
Yeah, on the left side.
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, when we left out of the bear pits, we were like over this way, maybe? Like somewhere in here?
Yeah, you're over in that area getting food at the Defiant Rabbit Tavern, and then quickly realized that your sword should be done, but it was very late in the day. You then traveled as quick as you could to here, and you stand in front of the Sword and Scale.
Where is that? Oh, okay.
Sword and Scale right here. You're standing in the forge yard, right in front of the forge, and upon trying to leave, you saw Wintermoon standing here between you and the main thoroughfare, blocking your way, and told you no hard feelings.
Yeah, guys. So my response to the message is that we're over by the Sword and Scale. Wintermoon's here. You guys want to rush over?
No, I'm not going to cast another sending to reply. But they're over by where Ugbor left his sword at, and ironically, he said Wintermoon's over there. So if you want to go run over there real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. I want to be there as soon as possible.
All right, is it like dim light outside?
It is dim light, yes. It's getting pretty late evening. Like the sun is sinking over the horizon.
How many times can I do this? Have I not done it before?
Definitely not today, I don't think.
Alright, I'm just gonna get outside and just start. Well, I can only do it for a minute. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna climb 1,000 feet in the sky.
Ah!
I would puzzle in the corner.
He's contemplating.
The fuck are you doing?
Just thought about getting over there quicker.
And what's holding you back from that?
The thing I want to do probably might kill me.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, let's just kill ourselves, get into another location we can walk to.
I'll do it.
Okay, no, let's just walk. Let's go. I'm pretty quick.
Okay, so you guys begin to walk that direction quickly. Ugbor, Wintermoon is in front of you. Well, I hope it's no big inconvenience, but this contract has already been filled.
Which contract?
The collection of the Sword and Scales debt. It has been addressed, and I believe it was on your docket as well, and I thought I would just do a kindness and let you know.
Oh. Oh, yeah, okay.
Apparently, they could not pay their wage, so they were taken and their materials confiscated for pawnage, and they have been sentenced for repayment.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. They took all of the stuff he had?
Yes, he had no gold. Well, rather, he had about 20 gold on him in total, so we confiscated that, took the equipment, pawned it, and he and his aide have been discussed on the last repayment of their debt.
I see. Where was it pawned? All of his belongings?
This I do not know. I assume Micah is in charge of all of that. Well, I do understand if you hold some sort of grudge, if you feel some kind of way about me. It is simply business, I hope you understand. But now that we are on the same side of the fence, if it behooves you or I, you can feel free to use me as a resource. Wintermoon knows many things about many places this side of the side of the plains.
You don't happen to know much about a fighter named Wallen, do you?
I know a little. What do you need to know about the brute?
Anything you got, other than that he's a big brutish orc.
He ascended to championship in the arena shortly after his return from the Battle of Dorgma. He trained for a while, and he's been a reigning champion for many years.
Wow. So it's probably a bad thing if he wants to fight somebody, huh?
Sink or kitchen sink on him. I mean, it comes and goes, I suppose. If you are strong enough, you could take a chance of taking him down, but most likely you'll end up with your eye gouged out in some sort of religious squabble of some sort between him and whatever, or you could end up dead or simply maimed. He has this thing, you see. He's kind of had a falling out with the god, apparently, and he makes a showing of when he triumphs in battle on the final round. Before he retakes his championship, whoever's in second place, he typically does not kill, even though it's allowed in the Grand Arena during the championship. He tends to do this thing where he covers one of his eyes with a hand and makes the shout to the stands to rile everyone up, and then he comes down and gouges one eye of the fallen out before him. Is kind of from what I'm to understand, it's a symbolic thing that where he shows that he is stronger than the one-eyed deity.
Yeah, I gathered that he has some unresolved issues with our god.
Oh yeah, he's a real freak.
Yeah, it seems that way.
It's very nice to know that you at least are not beyond talking and making sense.
Oh, well, yeah, I find that it's better to keep tabs on people who have done you wrong.
Well, I had to stick to the contract that I was assigned. You see, it's not wise at all to cross us, especially when he bid me personally to fulfill this contract, as I am very good at this specific act. But with the debt paid and contract fulfilled, we seem to be on mutual business terms, at least.
I suppose that is the long and short of it for now, anyways.
She turns around and looks up into the night sky and takes a moment. I love this city. How do you find it? You've been
There's
here
a
for a couple of
lot.
days.
There's a lot here. I've never been in a city like this before.
Nighttime is so peaceful. You can get a true sense of the flow, the pulse of the city. People are actually free here. Have you noticed? You can do what pleases you. There are places to waste away or make a fortune. People can go and further themselves, or they can end themselves at their own discretion. True choice. If there's a squabble to be had, people decide the squabble. If there is any kind of progress to be made or ends to be fought over, you can do it freely. No guard cares here so much for personal squabbles or means of betterment. Everybody can do as they will. This is why I love this city. There are others that claim to have structures similar or better. I do not see this. At this time, Pel and Sammael, you have made your way up to the forge yard, and you're standing. As you charge forward, you find yourself standing on the other side of Wintermoon, equidistant from Ugborn.
Okay, I can still hear you guys. Just give me 1 second. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
Pel's like out of breath. He's like,
I'm glad to see you can make it.
oh, what's that? Oh, let me.
It's not wise to leave friends in the city, and I see that you have taken note of this. And she waves a hand from Pel to Sammael.
Yeah, he had to get a tattoo and it looked really cool. So we wanted to do that.
This is the freedom I was speaking of, yes? And she turns back to Ugborn as she talks.
I must admit, there's an air of livelihood here that I've not experienced much anywhere else. It's that feeling of like kind of like anything can happen, you know?
Forgive me if it's sappy poetic, but maybe it is obscured by the browns and tans of the sand and sandstone, but I see nothing but color in the city. So many walks of life, so many aspects. It is beautiful to me. I was just telling your friends here, this contract was filled, nothing to worry about, it's been taken care of. If you need more shopping lists, more chores to do, I'm sure Micah can fill you in on the currents. But if there's no otherwise hardship between us for what has occurred, you are also free to use me and my information. If I can benefit you at all, we are on the same side of the coin now.
Well, I have no hard feelings towards you, you know. I was a little upset, but I feel like it's my fault, in a sense.
And how is this?
Oh no, I'm not used to talking to people a whole lot, so I kind of just let things out on accident.
Wintermoon has ways of finding out. I may have caught your conversation and that helped me along, but if not you, someone would have slipped. They always do.
You're a pretty smart cookie, oh Wintermoon.
I have never encountered an intelligent cookie, but I am sure there's many arcane aspects that I have yet to discover. Well, I will take my leave, if you may. And she bows a little with a flourish of her hat. Be safe. I'll see you around. And she begins to walk off.
Bye bye. So what was that about the debt?
Yeah, so from what I can tell, the guy here that was running shop, he wasn't keeping up in the scheme. And they took him away, and they took all of his belongings, which included my great sword. So we're gonna have to talk to Micah and see where that went. And pray to God they kept a ledger. Lord knows they didn't.
Why didn't they write a note saying that we got the money for them? Why didn't they just say that instead of taking all their stuff?
Or allowing their stuff to be taken, you mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. He had like we remember somebody wrote a little note and everything.
If you recall, he wrote you a receipt, and he kept a copy for himself. You don't know what's up with that, but as far as you know, you still have the money you acquired from him and the note. You never turned it in.
Well, they needed that now, I guess.
Oh, I'm realizing what's occurred.
Yeah.
Who has the money?
I don't know.
Vorik does.
We've just effectively stolen from Toast Office.
Why? What happened?
Did we collect money from the Sword and Shield this morning?
Pretty sure we did.
We didn't take that to Micah.
Nope. Thought we said we were going to do it later tonight or later this evening.
Yeah, I think most of these places are starting to shut down. We can head over there, I guess, and see what's going on. If we can't sort this whole thing out.
Well, didn't they say they already had it taken care of?
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, for all we know, the shop owner's dead now.
Probably.
How much money was the payment?
It was like 200 something gold and some silver. I had to take a lot of notes that game.
I'm looking at my character sheet.
Trying to find it myself, and I don't see it right off. I know you're right. I know it's 200 some gold and some silver, but I forget the numbers. Well, poop. I know Vorik has it though. That it's yeah, it's somewhere in there. Sammael, as you're waiting with your friends here, trying to figure out the logistics of your dealings with Tosvavas in these individual contracts, you hear a small whisper in your head. Begone the token. Drop it into the sea. Your friends, too. See AFK?
No, I was on mute, my bad.
Alright.
I was just gonna kind of sit in silence.
Okay. What do you guys do?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well.
I'm just gonna kind of sit and delete myself.
Goodbye.
I told him to keep Roll20 open.
Sorry about
But
that.
if you try to delete the recycle bin,
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, sweet. Sorry about that. Did you hear what I said last?
That you were sitting in silence.
Yes. I don't know what the hell happened. I didn't even press anything.
You said in real silence.
Yeah, apparently so, dude. I just kind of took myself out of the equation.
Well, what are you guys doing? There is just a little bit of sun left in the sky. You have enough light to move around the city without assistance, but just barely.
man, we need to go and. Geez, Mike is all the way over in the governance building, isn't he?
No, as far as you know, Micah is in the Tadiku Den.
Just like right here.
Oh, okay.
So we're super close to it.
Yeah, we need to decide if we're gonna pilfer this shopkeep's to hold or try to get him off the hook.
Well, I feel like the good thing would be to take it back and at least try. Be like, hey, that's our bad.
Yeah, I suppose. Piece of rock, disappointedly.
But I don't want to be a spool sport or anything. Shit, if you want to be a good lord, get the little Lord Kevin.
What do you believe in, Agor?
Do what?
What do you believe in?
I actually do believe in Grunge, although I'm finding that more and more difficult lately. Not many orcs out here believe in him for some reason.
It's just a matter of perspective, really. If you believe there, no reason why you should let other people's beliefs factor into what you decide.
You're a little quiet there, Cody.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, guys, what do you want to do?
Well, I think you're probably right. We should probably go and talk to Micah.
Yeah, we might get something for being honest about it, at least not taking his money.
A weird kind of way of doing Red Dead Redemption 2 flashbacks. Hopefully we don't end up having to shoot everybody in the city.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Alright, I think we're heading to the post office.
Yeah.
Short walk away, just passing through a couple alleys, you are at the front of the Tadiku Den. The 30-foot stone walls that surround the compound are before you. Approaching this time from the front, there are two large gates that are guarded by two guards on the front, and you spot a couple bits of movement on the top. It's There apparently are people walking around the perimeter of the top of the wall. What you need? This is one of the guards in front.
Too late to talk to Micah tonight?
Too late for business dealings, but you have a predestined appointment and we have not been told of anything.
Well, fiddlesticks.
You come back when the sun rises.
All right. Well,
And these two are Leon and clad in chainmail and carrying pole axes from what you can tell. A little darky, pretty easy to tell that much.
well, that was a bust.
Normally, I'd say we could go and see him anyway, if you get my meaning, but I'm gonna be kind of honest, I'm hurting after fighting in the pits earlier.
Yeah, and maybe it's a good idea to not fight everyone we come in contact with.
Yeah, I mean, the whole group thing.
Well, he would what you did.
I mean, he might.
That's true. How about you hurt, buddy?
Less than half, man. To be perfectly honest, I've got one level of exhaustion, and I'm darn near bloody.
Well, I can't do nothing about you being tired, but let me see if I can help you out a little bit. And test your will at third level.
The heck was that?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
The fucking dice roller, probably.
I was like, is this the house spell sounds? I don't understand.
So, let me see if I can help you out. Just flush this toilet.
I think.
Whirling!
Okay, so yeah, you recovered 22 points of health before.
Sweet. Oh my gosh. The energy seeps into my veins, and I feel so much better.
Your bruises begin to dissipate, and the pain just starts to wane as if you've taken a painkiller.
I will check see if it's still doing that. Hold on.
Ugor like pops his neck. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate that, buddy.
Nope, not that time.
I muted it. You're welcome, buddy. Tell us about the pits. Look at Sam's sick ass tat he got.
Stick
Holy
on
crap.
war.
Ugor like grabs his arm and turns it over and looks at it.
Jesus. Watch it, man.
You see, Agbor, as you turn it in the torchlight that lines the wall of the Tadiku compound, because you're still in the front there, the firelight shines off of some scales that are outlined, and some internals of the scales flash with red.
Wow, those are some artists that got there.
Yes, when are you getting yours?
Well, I have one in mind, but it costs a lot of money, and a lot of money is a thing I don't have.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to pick up some jobs.
Let me tell you, I've seen a dragon. That shit looks real almost.
Yeah, hopefully when I'm extinguishing the light of my enemies, they see it.
Yes. So to tell you about the bear fights, the pit fights, it's pretty cool. It's a fun place. I enjoyed myself. I got into a little spat with one of the lead guys at the Grand Arena. I went and got some other fights as well. It was pretty great.
I imagine we're like walking and talking about business. We're just like, alright, let's fuck this. Let's go to the end somewhere. We go back to that morning glory place.
How would you fellas like to go and smash it in somewhere?
Yeah. It seems pretty likely that the next time we go to the arena, I'm probably going to get my shit pushed in, so I might as well get shit faced.
No, I would love to go to the arena myself.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
It's a very interesting place.
Do they do like team fights?
Yeah. So they have divided up into like basically 4 different areas. There's a pit where people use weapons, blades and stuff, and that's, by the way, one of the things we have to do for Coast Lawless is there, that we have to make somebody lose the fights in that pit. There's also the bear pit, which is bare hands, and there's the chaos cage for the mages, and all of those are essentially take place in a dueling style from what we observe. And then there's the grand arena. In the grand arena, it is used less frequently, but there are no rules, and you can kill your enemies.
But can you do like a team fight?
Well, I would presume they seem pretty laissez-faire about
What can I take?
the particulars. If you had a group of people who wanted to fight,
I have this one, but it's empty.
group,
You might want to ask
you could
me
probably
where
arrange for
to
it.
get it in the junk drawer, if there's any in
I feel
there.
like as a team, you can pretty good there.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing to stop us.
That's not much on the
So, what I thought was pretty
Close the door,
interesting
please.
is the concept of the grand arena. It's probably dangerous, but the reward, if we win, is honor from Grunge, right? And also problems and money.
I enjoy the aspect of money. I've recently come to terms that I'm probably very poor.
As you guys are walking, the first place you come across that looks welcoming is a shop that has a sign outside dangling by a chain. It's a kettle, it looks like, with steam wafting up, and the steam forms the words Greenleaf.
Ooh.
Looking inside, as you pass, it's nothing but windows on the front. There's very little wall or door there. Looking inside, it's a very small little shop, only a few tables and only one occupied. It looks to be some sort of tea shop of some sort. That's the first thing you come across.
Now I love the smell of this place, but I don't think it's going for what you guys have in mind.
No, but I'm always open to trying new things. We can at least check it out. Jordan, what do you think about it? You don't seem like a tea type of guy, but maybe we can find something for you.
Yeah, I'm sure they have something I'll drink there. I drink a lot of tea on the boat.
Well, let's give it a shot. All right.
Oh,
As you enter the tea shop, a strange, vaguely sinister light wavers on curtains and draperies on the walls of the tea shop, and the air is thick with the herbaceous mingling of unknown spices. There are candles that burn with the flames of crimson and jade, different from normal fire. They look tinged in some sort of aesthetic way. There's a smoldering hearth that casts its glow across the cluttered space from one side to the other, with a fire that doesn't warm the space because it doesn't need it. The air here is very warm and arid. In the room's center stands an oblong table carved from dark, untreated wood, ringed with gnarled chairs, and other than the oblong table in the center, there's 2 square tables on the front and 2 square tables in the back against the walls, with 4 chairs at each table. And there's a gilded deck of cards that sits on the oblong table, the light playing across the gold edged surface of some of the cards that have been left on the table. As you enter, the people that were there, it seems to be an older couple, rise casually from the table they were sitting at, and they smile in your direction and give you a nod, and the man helps the lady up with a hand, and then they begin to walk out. As you further enter the tea shop after they have left, a woman's voice, elderly, greets you. Hello, welcome to the Green Leaf. Please seat yourself any way you like.
all right. Good evening. Now,
I got it.
After you sit, she walks over carrying a kettle that is steaming on a hooked staff, and she's carrying that in front of her, balanced against her arm, and she's carrying a tray in the other hand. And as she gets to your table, she scoots the tray from her hand onto the table, sliding it to the center of the table, and gently lowers the kettle with the cane down onto the side of the table. Have you been with us before? Are you familiar with our offerings?
Oh, this is the first time we've been here.
Lovely. Well, and she arranges the tray that she laid down. On the tray, there are several implements. There is a ring of 6 cups on one side, face down. There is 3 pots on the other side, more like small bowls that have a glass covering to keep the any kind of contaminants off of the bowls of different tea. There's 3 of them. And aside from that, there is 2 steepers that look like hourglasses, but the top has a mesh laid in the bottom of it, and it seems to collect in the bottom. And after it collects on the bottom, you can then click the part of it off from the rest of it. It turns into a small serving pitcher that you can use to pour into cups. Well, we have 3 main staples. There is the black, the white, and the Ujong. We also have many others if you like to try something off kilter. We also offer some liquors if that's more your preference. It goes well with some of the pairings here, but feel free to take your time and stay as long as you like. You may mix any teas or brew in any way you like. We ask that you simply donate 1 gold per table for the experience.
Lovely. Well, what do you got for me?
And she gives you a bow as you begin talking and then walks away quietly.
Go for the table. I could afford that.
Good. Very poor.
We're paying for bottle service.
I will one day be rich. It's not this day.
Oh, come on, it's on me anyways.
Well, she said they do sell liquor here at least, so we can at least get semi-drunk before...
Semi?
What's the term they use when you go from different places drunk? To get drunk in another place and you just keep doing it over and over. No. I think that's when you drink before you drink.
Oh, yeah. But isn't that what this is?
Yeah, but we're like getting drunk at different places and going to different places.
Crawling.
Yes.
And just to be clear, I read 2 separate
I also have a
articles
little
today
trick in
alone
case any of us gets a little bit too
where
drunk.
one girl, I can't remember all the details, but the
Okay.
company's
What are you gonna
pay
do,
scale
man?
got released. She and another guy on her
Thank
team
you,
that were
Rob.
hired the same day. He was getting paid 10%
Well, what's
more
the
than she
fun
was.
in
They
that?
had the same qualifications. Another poster was a guy posting on behalf of his wife.
Challenge people to drinking
because
contests for money.
She is the only girl
Yeah.
working in a team of guys, and they had
Like,
a
board,
budget
you don't
increase, so
have
everybody got a
drinking
raise, except her. And when she asked the board of directors about it, they told
Sure,
her that
but
your husband makes
I'm
a
not
lot of
that-
money as an engineer, so you don't need the raise where these guys do.
No, that's correct.
Tell me again, there's
By
not a wage
my
gap.
appearance, I can hold quite
Come on,
a bit.
River.
He's not ready.
Come on, River. You wanna go to bed?
Well, I've not tried much. I don't think I've been too big of a drinker.
Well, it's not mine now.
Let's do it.
So what kind of liquor do you have? Do you have a specific type?
Hearing your inquiry, she comes back over to the table, where it's a very small room. But she comes over out of politeness. Well, we have 3 offerings right now, similar to the common teas. It's just a commonality, I suppose. Power in 3s. But the current is a clear liquor. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the region, but it's called Sesquin. It's very strong, equivalent in potency to, say, double distilled whiskey. We also have a common barrel-aged whiskey that comes from well, a faraway land that is home to me. Then there is a third type that is a very dark, earthy, almost bean-like in flavor, and we call that Janka. And the Janka is it has a very specific, very acquired taste. But you can pair these in various quantities with the teas, and sometimes it turns out quite well. You might be surprised.
That honestly sounds like something Udbor may be interested in. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I would like some Junko.
Get him some of that. What about you,
Some
Bill?
of the Junko.
Okay, my ears fail me. Did you say you wanted one for each of you there?
No, no. Could you just kind of surprise me? Just bring me anything besides that. That actually sounds terrible to me.
I understand. Anything else for anyone?
I'll take the Jonka.
Okay, I'll bring 2 servings of Janka. She walks back to the counter where she came from and breaks out a bottle from under the counter. You don't see much of it, but you can see her pour into 2 different little glasses, not quite shot glasses, bigger than that. And after she pours the servings, she puts the bottle back away and walks over and puts the servings in front of you, Pell and Ugbor, gives a slight bow, and then walks back to her station.
That takes about
Thank
well,
you.
it takes about 2 hours to charge. Unplug it when it's fully charged.
Well, 1, 2, 3, go.
So you're saying this is a shot? And
Do we have tea yet for pairing?
not that I'm aware of. You have the hot water and the brewers and tea in front of you, but you've not said anything about brewing it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna start some tea, I guess.
He's not gonna let me.
Bell already drank it.
Okay.
I was supposed to wait.
So drinking the whole thing, it is very harsh on you. Imagine a spicy soy sauce that you just drank 2 ounces of. It's very harsh on the throat.
Do you not follow directions, man?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second.
Understood.
I just seen a drink and I drunk it.
Interesting creature.
Here you go. Come on, Bella. There you go.
So what did I get? Again?
You said you also got the Junka. No, I'm sorry. She puts down one in front of you, and it's a clear liquid. She didn't tell you anything, but it's a clear serving.
I want to smell it. Can I do like some? Do I know like what it is from the smell?
Make a kind of check what this be.
Medicine.
Actually, yeah, we'll say medicine. Make me a medicine check.
Oh.
Okay, let me pull my head up the wrong page up. 7. You smell it. It smells like an interesting blend of like a smoky tequila vodka, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, interesting. That's exactly what I wanted. It's just going to take the shot.
You're taking the shot too? All right. Yeah. It has a harsh burn initially. It feels very thick in flavor, but the flavor is not earthy and soy like the Janka was. It has a very clear burn to it, and it's very harsh. A little harsher than you're familiar with any liquor, but other than that, it gives you a nice burn and not a hard flavor for you to deal with either.
Oh, how'd that go?
That was interesting. Definitely what I was looking for. You guys interested in anything else?
How's the tea coming along that I brewed? Let's go with the junka.
Well, the junka is the liquor. There's 3 teas on the table. She, I don't remember whether she told you the names of the teas at all.
No.
Which one did you? What's that?
I know she said one was black, one was white, one was like oolong.
Yeah, yeah, that was it. So which one did you grab to put in the bourbon?
The black.
Black, okay. Yeah, most of it is brewed at this point. If you wanted to put your own serving, it would be a little underdone, but not too bad.
Okay. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try to wait a little bit longer. Apply myself here since I've been drinking that tea on the cup. You all be willing to wait a few minutes here? I'm just waiting for this tea to brew so I can take my junka.
Hey, I have nothing better to do. I'm gonna wave her over while I need to ask her another.
I think we have, because that last thing sucked.
She chuckles a little bit. I understand. I'll have your serving shortly.
Excuse my friend, he doesn't mean to be rude.
No, it sucked. It tasted bad. You should taste it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugly, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it looks like liquor, and he brings it to his snout, and he smells it and goes, Yep, it smells like liquor. Once this tea's done, I'll drink it with the tea, like you said, which I think is weird, but I'll try it.
Hey, at least you're following directions unlike a fell over here.
I hear drink liquor, and I do it.
Yeah, that's
I didn't take the time, but okay.
I thought that was the intent of this outing. So.
I'm going to shame you for it.
It was all a trap.
She comes over to the table shortly, and she has 3 glasses on her table on the server, and she sets one in front of Pell, which is clear, one in front of Sammael, which is clear, and one in the very center of the table. And the one she sets in the center of the table is smaller. This is a shot glass, and it is filled with a lavender-colored liquid. This one is call it a sample of my personal favorite. And she walks away.
Who's the dibs? Call dibs on it. Hell drink is and try to go grab the other one.
Slap his hand.
World concept after drinking.
So sorry, what's going on? You're drinking yours quickly, and then reaching for the follower.
Yeah.
Okay. You drink the one put in front of you, and it is the Sesquin, the clear liquor that was given to Sammael the first time, and a similar effect. It's a hard tequila, sort of smoky vodka that hits you harshly, but the flavor is not too hard on you.
Pellock smacked his chest a couple times. Oh.
I'm going to cast Prestidigitation on the other one and make it taste super hot.
Oh.
The one that Pell just drank?
Oh, the one that he hasn't drank yet, he was reaching for.
So Pell reaches for the second one, and let me look something up real quick. There we go.
How about it?
Is that yeah, it's a verbal and somatic spell, Prestidigitation is. So are you trying to do this sneakily? Sitting across the table from Pell? Sammael.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to do it sneakily.
Okay, roll a stealth check, because this is a verbal and somatic spell. You're moving your hands and saying the incantation. So it's a 10. Pell, make me a perception check.
Could it be on my passive?
What's your passive?
22.
Well, either way, yes. Well, actually, I would say not with your passive, because you're currently drinking liquor and you're actively looking at something else. But your perception there As you pick it up, you do notice that Sam is casting something.
You don't know what I drank beforehand. He'll just drink it.
As you drink it, it is actually very smooth, and the drink itself fights to have a flowery lavender taste, but almost immediately drowned out by that is just this wave of cinnamon and heat, and like a chipotle cinnamon flavor.
He'll take like if he's got like a cloak on or something, he'll just take it off, throw it on the ground.
Hey,
Oh, God. Oh, it's hot. It's very hot in here.
that's definitely interesting.
The serving lady looks very confused for a second, but doesn't say anything.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, so I definitely didn't expect you to do that. That's fine.
You hear from across the room, if you think it's good now, wait till tomorrow.
Why? What's special about tomorrow?
She laughs and then walks to the other side of the bar area and sits down and begins reading something.
Tell me your secrets. Why will it be better tomorrow?
Akor checks the tea.
The tea is very well done at this point.
Cool. All right. Akor's gonna pour some tea and pour half of the junka into the tea.
Oh, be a man, Akor.
All right. He pours the rest in.
Now, to be clear, the glass you were given is basically a teacup, and to pour the entirety of the junka into the cup would leave about a quarter of an ounce left for tea.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're doing half and half on a cup.
As you pour one in on top of the other, they are roughly the same color, but you do notice as they swirl together that there is a foam that has formed on the tea that swirls around, and it's almost like liquids that refuse to mix, and they dance with each other, but never truly become one.
Okay. Well, here goes nothing. And I drink deep with vigor.
Taking a hearty mouthful, the drinks side by side in one draw go into your mouth, and you're braced for a harshness, but it doesn't come. Even though both of the drinks are very bitter and earthy by themselves, when they mix, something happens on the palate that makes it incredibly smooth. While it's still bitter and dark as a liquid, it covers your mouth and is very pleasant.
Oh my god. You guys gotta try this. This junk is where it's at, dude.
No, it's not. I tried it already.
You didn't try it, I promise.
Nah, I drank it. She said drink it.
Akor pours in something in the glass.
As you guys are sitting there, you hear the door open, and if you were to look at the door, because at least two of you are facing the door, you see a young lady, half-elfin looking lady. She might even be just maybe 110 years old. Comes in, looks around kind of frantically, and sees you guys, and she immediately comes over, looking a little panicked, I guess would be the word. And she comes over and sits down next to you, like pulls up a chair from the oblong table in the center, turns it around and comes over to you and starts leaning on Pell. I've been looking everywhere for you. And before you have the chance to respond, another individual comes in the room following her, and it's this large pot-bellied human, and he a little bit older. He's looking around. He spots her and goes and sits down in the corner. How have you been? It's been forever. And she slaps Pel's shoulder.
Who the hell are you?
You've been drinking too much. It's Sarah. And she gives you like that look.
Sarah. Phil does this for like a minute.
What's up, Hal? You going to introduce us to your friend here?
I don't know who the hell this is.
Oh,
She interrupts you and loudly to cover your reaction. Oh, me and Jonathan go way back. It's been years.
Jonathan.
And she gives you a look like, shut your freaking mouth. And she says, yeah, we went to the Diversium and took a class on biology together. It was lovely. It's been so long. I'm so glad to see you.
Pal, do you know who this is?
And as she's talking, she's giving you a hard look, and then her eyes dart from you to over her shoulder to the guy in the corner and back to you, back and forth for a second.
Hey, fat fuck. You over there. Who the fuck are you?
I'm going to stand up, face him.
She drops her head and she drops her head on the table and covers her face with her hands.
I don't know if my friend likes you very much. So that means I don't like you.
Akbor finishes his second cup, burps gregoriously, and stands up, turns around, and he's like, "Yeah, we should. You're gonna kick your ass."
Just listen to the kid. He's had one drink.
It was a drink of tea.
Yeah.
You say this. The guy stands up and looks at you. What you gonna do?
I can melt you.
Melt.
At this point, the elderly lady walks in between you, Pelinel, and the other gentleman slowly, with her hands clasped in front of her and a smile on her face. If you're going to fight, do it outside.
All right, you heard the nice lady outside right now.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
He looks at her and over her to you, because she's relatively short. He looks over her to you. He squints his eyes a little bit and then walks outside, kind of throwing the door open.
Pell walk out and hit his head on the door.
Pell, as you get up to leave, she raises a hand to you and as if telling you to stay for a second. She walks towards the door and gets just on the other side of the door. You see her yell something, like she's kind of like leaning out, so it's hard to hear. You see her talking to the guy, him turning around and giving her some words back. Then the lady mouths something, makes a hand motion, and then flings her hand forward, and the guy just gets knocked backwards on the ground in the alley. And she shuts the door behind her as she walks back in.
And then he melts.
Let me melt him.
Don't worry about him. He's dealt with. And she goes back to the front and goes back behind the bar and sits at her book.
There's
but as she walks by, she does put a hand on the shoulder of the young lady, just for a second, and then she continues on her way.
Well,
did
what a weird moment.
yeah, it's kind of like the start of almost something.
It happens sometimes that you find that a quick word and flick of the wrist do wonders to end conflict.
I got a pretty good look at the wrist sometimes.
You see her lick her fingers and turn the page.
Look at those. Look at those. Pervert.
So, I kind of thought of something. She said her name was Sarah, and that's like the first person I thought of that her name starts with an S. And that little note, the weird note I had, was like signed by somebody with an S for their name.
Did you denote who it was?
No, they just said S.
S.
Yeah.
She raises her head up and looks at the old lady and just mouths the word, "Thank you."
So, what was that all about?
He's been following me for a few blocks now and hasn't taken a hint. I saw that it was a bad situation, so I just took somewhere and tried to find a little bit of cover, I guess.
You look creepy and like.
You know, if you want, my buddy here can go and melt them.
She reaches over Ugbor and grabs the half cup of tea you have in front of you and just drinks the rest of it. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just needed to keep my head down for a minute. And you can see from where you're at, outside, even though it's dark, the light from the shop spills into the alley. And you see the guy finally get up, and something is wrong with his arm because he's holding it up on his chest as he clumsily gets up and then walks away.
I don't think that guy's gonna be bothering you for a while.
Oh, maybe be a creepy guy somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was our good deed for the day.
In my line of work, there's always creeps. It takes time, but they can always come and go.
Well, guys, more drinks? Another place?
Yeah, maybe we perform this crawl exercise.
Maybe we should, have we paid for our drinks here?
Oh, yeah, that was a goal. I should leave the goal on the
Well,
table.
the liquor was separate, if that would be all right. We'll call it 2 gold for the whole table for the shots.
Okay.
I'll leave you 3.
You're very kind. Please come back and see me sometime.
Well, don't tempt me now.
That little purple stuff was pretty good.
She reacts to Sam and says, "Oh, you," and just gives you a pan through the air.
Onward. Where's the next best place, you think?
Who are you asking?
That old lady.
It depends on what you're looking for. Are you just looking for more alcohol?
Is that the consensus?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
I guess that's it.
Yeah, you could stop by Pack Rats, but it's kind of dirty. Honestly, I prefer the rabbits if I'm going out for just a bite of something different.
I don't care to get down and dirty.
Either way, they're both in the same direction. Pack Rats you come across it first when you're heading southeast or southwest rather.
You had me at first. And Pell starts to walk down.
You wander back out into the streets of the city, partially drunk and looking for another tavern. As you continue around the city, several people you're walking by doing the nighttime thing. You see several people in shadow because most of the city is in shadow, being nighttime, and a little bit of starlight that's out is dim. and people are walking both in main streets and alleys, and sometimes buildings shadow people both walking in, staying out of the way. You could get the sense that sure there are some people dealing in various drugs and other things, but some are just doing business and walking around and taking care of their own business. Eventually, you come across a decrepit hole-in-the-wall building. There's an A-frame sign in the middle of the street that has a hand-painted sign on it that says Pack Rat, and has an arrow pointing back into the hole in the wall. Where, if you were to look in, it's probably a 5 feet inset that leads to a single door. It's an alley big enough for a single door that leads into what you assume to be a bar back there, but it's too hard to see.
I think that was one of the places she mentioned.
So let's go. She said first.
Yeah.
As you enter Pack Rats, you get the sense that it is kind of a hole in the wall, dirty kind of place. You walk in and there's a little bit of music playing. There's some guys, you don't know if they've been hired, if they're just jamming out while they're there. Because they're just laying against the wall that you come in, almost as if you were to enter stage left onto into the area, and you have to walk around that little set of tables and chairs that they're just sitting at, playing at some musical instruments, some lutes, and one guy has a little flute that he's playing on. And going around them, you see that there is only enough room in this bar for like 6 tables, and most of them are occupied. A couple in the very center are not. But most everybody there is kind of mannerly. This isn't a rowdy place. It just is very kind of packed in, and the way it is, as you walk across, you can see the ground where it probably should be stone, is just covered in like butts of smoked rolled cigarettes, and there's some shells from some spare food and other things that's just like crackling on the floor as you walk.
This is a lot.
Agor approaches the bar, paying no mind to the state of the place.
Alright. I'll just walk up to the bar.
At the bar, you see a male tabaxi with actually long hair on top of his head, braided down to about almost shoulder level, and the hair has like little beads and shells woven into it, and it's been pinned tight, and it's just like a bunch of braids coming off the back of his head. A dark hair of a gray and black tabaxi. Hey, you guys need some drinks? A little bit of food, something brighten your evening up?
Yeah, I need a drink, something that's wet and it does the feel goods later.
Yeah, I got that for you. What can I get for the rest of you?
Same thing, but stronger.
Alright, that I can do. Name's Yoko, by the way. Who are you guys? What can I call you?
My name's Frankfurter.
Frankfurter.
Frank,
That's
good to
my
meet you,
name,
my
too.
friend. What about the rest of you?
My name's Sam. What'd you say your name was again?
My name's Yoko.
Yoko. Nice to meet you,
Yeah.
Yoko.
Likewise, friend, likewise.
Just give me whatever you prefer.
Sounds good. And he bends down, and as he bends down, he casually, with his head under the bar, he reaches up and gives a quick paw, to, tapping the top of the tip jar he has on the table, and then continues to work on pulling up some bottles and clunk, clunk. He has several things he's getting out, and he looks from the bottles to you, kind of with his eyes are kind of glazed over a little bit, but he's sizing you up. He's giving you the once over. He mixes a couple things together, puts a couple things in the metal container, and after he gets his preference of liquids in there, he adds a little sprinkling of something, caps the metal container off, and starts to shake it. And while he's shaking it, he's like, "What brings you around here this late in the evening? It's getting kind of close to not quite last call, but we're getting there. Kind of late on the draft. Where are you at?"
We're just trying to experience the town, you know.
Have you heard of something called a bar crawl? I think that's what we're doing.
Bar crawl? What's that? That sounds wicked.
Something these two have come up with. We're just trying
Yes.
to.
Yeah, essentially.
As many places as we can.
Oh, so you're like going from bar to bar, just getting liquor and stuff?
Yeah.
Man, that sounds awesome. He's just shaking the metal container the whole time.
Well, sounds like you need to go with us.
Look, I got a shift here, man. I'll try that out, on my day off here in a couple of days, for sure, though.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll be in town.
And eventually he stops shaking, uncaps the metal container, and pours that with the container capped to catch any bits. He pours it into a pint-sized glass, but it only comes about 3/4 of the way up. And after that's finished there, he puts the shaker down and goes down to the counter and picks up a glass out from a cabinet that he pulled out from under, gets a big metal spoon and scrapes the top of the container, pulling up what you see, from what you can see is foamed cream, and gently lays it on the top of the pink liquid that is now bubbling and fizzing in the glass. And he puts that back away and lays this in front of Sam. "Here you go, man, try that out. I made that just the other day, and it's kind of fruity, but it's got a nice burn kick to it. It doesn't let you know until later, but it's good." And he gets to work on another mixings, and now he's looking at Pale, mixing one.
Make it 10 times stronger than his.
I
And
gotcha,
how
big man.
his is going to be. And he points to the door.
Sure thing, I can do that. Hey, let me ask you a question. And as he's talking, he's getting out bottles and pouring out little measurements. Just a little drop here, a couple of drops there, an ounce of this. And as he's pouring, he's talking to you. "Hey, let me ask you a question. And don't take this the wrong way. I've never seen someone of your complexion before. If you go out in the sun and work like on a field for a long time or something, does your skin get darker purple or no?"
It's racist.
It is. I kind of have you have fur. I have just a lot of hair, so I think a lot of hair blocks the sun a little bit.
Oh, so it's purple fur, it's not skin?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's both. I think I just have a lot of fur and skin.
Okay, I gotcha. It's you keep such good care of it. It's like shiny. I thought it was your skin, man. No, not a problem. I didn't mean to offend. He goes back to his mixing, and he pours this series of measurements. All these bottles are unlabeled. So if you look at it, it's just a bunch of different colored bottles. And he pours these measurements of things into a similar glass, puts ice in on top of that. He reaches on the counter, opens a box, and very quickly grabs some ice out of there, closes it really fast, and puts some ice cubes in there. Then takes a long metal spoon and gives it a few swirls, puts the spoon down and pours that with filter into a smaller glass, about 3 inches tall. After he pours that, he takes it away before it overflows, puts that away, slides you your glass. There you go, man. That's pretty good. Can take it easy with that. A little bit at a time. A little dab will do you. What can I get for you, my working friend?
I want another jug of water. Hey, buddy.
Oh, yeah, that's me, I guess, huh?
You've had a little bit, I can tell. No worries here. What can I get for you to finish your journey?
Yeah, give me something.
You want something weak or something strong? Something tall, something wide? I can surprise you if you want.
I want something to wake me up.
All right, dig, my man. All right, I got just the thing. 1 second. He gets real excited and turns around. Oh man, I never get to use this. And he turns around, gets some sort of contraption out of the counter, looks at it. No, that's no. And then just gets something else and puts it down. As he's reaching to get a container or something, you can see he has a mortar and pestle in front of him. And he reaches over and grabs a handful of something out of a container, puts it in the mortar, then grabs something else, a little bit of something, puts that in the mortar, grabs the pestle, starts grinding for a second. Hey, I don't get to make this often, and I'm so good at it. At least I'm told I'm good at it. This should be really fun. And he's grinding. Have either of you, Sam or Pell, have you drinking your drinks yet?
Pale will be slow, but at a steady pace, like chugging it.
Yeah, yours is a mixed rum and bourbon with some bitters in it, and it's been garnished with a little bit of some sort of green herbs that you're not familiar with, but it brings up brightness out in the liquid. It's a very smooth, very strong drink.
Pale's picking it out of his teeth. Oh, what the fuck is this?
Sam, what are you doing? Sam, you awake? You muted?
Was not I.
No,
For
guess not.
once. Can you hear me?
There you
There he
go.
is.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'm in my kitchen.
Okay. So he's grinding these things up for you, Gore.
Yes.
Eventually, he takes the powder that he's made. He puts that in a glass pitcher, and he gives the mortar and pestle a little, just tapping it to get the last of the things out. Puts that down, goes and gets some boiling water that he apparently they keep on a stove in the middle of the area behind the bar. He gets that water, comes over and pours in about 10 ounces or so of water. Puts that back. As he pours it, this brown and very, very, very slightly pink tinged liquid just starts churning and brewing, and it makes this brown liquid. And by the time he gets back and puts the kettle back, he comes back over. Oh, that's got a good head on it. He takes the spoon back, the metal spoon he used from before, wipes it off on his apron, and gives it a few little stirs on the top, and taps that spoon off, puts it away somewhere else. He gets a device that is just the size of the glass pitcher, and he puts a clean cloth on the end of it. It almost looks like a cheesecloth, and he presses the circular disc on a stick down through the liquid, pushing the bits and the powder, any undissolved things down to the bottom. He pours the rest of it into a glass. This is an opaque, almost like a Waffle House style coffee cup sort of looking thing.
Okay.
He pours that in there, puts that away. It's still half full. He gets under the counter and gets two other little things, and he pours in just a little bit and puts that away, and puts that away. He stirs that, goes over, gets again some of that cream from under there, in a half amount on top of there, puts that away, gets the spoon back, gives it one or two quick stirs, spoon down. There you go. That'll treat you right. So let me know what you think. Hey, I'll be right with you. And I got some guys over here. I'll be right back. And he walks down the bar.
Gordon immediately looks over to the other guys. Did you all see that? Did that man just spend 7 years making a drink?
Hey, it's the kind you wanted.
My goodness, I've never seen something quite like that. That was quite incredible.
Awesome, because I drank my drink in the time that he was making yours. So now I'm ready for another drink.
Gord tries the concoction. He brings it up to his mouth and he sips it at first. What does he?
Roll me
get up that?
a d4.
Okay, hang on. is my character sheet? Somewhere in this jumble of tabs. There it is. Rolling a d4. Oof. Did that show up on your side?
It did not.
No.
That's lame. Let me just come over here.
If you go to roll 20, there's just a dice thing on the left.
Yeah, that's what I tried to use.
There's also the little random one over here on D&D Beyond.
There you go. 2. Okay. Like, Bor, as you drink the drink, it is basically a creamed Irish coffee. And it's the first coffee you ever had in your life. So you don't know what it's supposed to taste like, but it tastes pretty good. It's a little sweet, a little bitter. You can sense there's some bite. You can sense that there's some bite behind it. You are now going to be unable to sleep for at least the next 2 hours.
Ooh, okay. That is quite energizing. I feel as though I could accomplish a lot of menial tasks in a short time.
And also, where Pell and Sammael, and I guess for you, for that matter, they are being served room temperature alcohol, more or less. You have gone from drinking hot tea to hot coffee. Just as a general awareness.
Oh, coffee shop. Pell's gonna roll a Constitution saving throw. See if he's real drunk or not.
Sure.
He's real drunk.
Okay. Not great. You're still there. You're still mostly aware of everything. We'll say you no longer have your passive perception going on. It would be an active check if you want to do anything, and you're on the downhill.
Pell like sit for a second. And he'll like, he'll burp. Like, hold on a second. And so like, I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on myself. Because in technicality, you're being poisoned whenever you drink.
This is true.
And I can end being poisoned. So I go, whoop, and I just cast Lesser Restoration, and I'm like, ugh.
You're totally sober.
Oh, all right.
All right, guys. You have spent money to undrinking yourself. Congratulations.
How you guys feeling?
Well, I'm feeling pretty great right now.
I don't even know, really.
I can make you feel better.
No, I'm okay. I feel great.
Alrighty. Pell's gonna take out his little pipe and pack it.
I reckon it's probably about time we head to Morning Glory, huh?
We could. We go to the Sleepy Sleeps. I don't know. Didn't you just say you were awake?
Well, yeah, but there's more drinking to be done there.
That's the Morning Glory? I thought it was just an inn.
Oh, is it? That's my bad. I thought it was a tavern.
Nah, we tried to get food and shit there, but they were like, no. We don't do that here.
Fair enough. Well, I got 2 hours to kill, so, well, I have some time to kill.
Did we go
I
to the
don't feel
rabbit?
sleepy at all.
You've not been to the rabbit.
So we're at the rat.
Yeah, you're at Pack Rats.
Alright. So yeah, we could go to that rabbit place.
That sounds like a plan.
And I feel amazing now. I thought I was gonna be sick for a second. But you
No,
know,
you're not.
just the grace of Saloon just was like, hey, just keep drinking. You can do it.
So what are you guys doing now?
I reckon
I think we're heading to the
tip-
rabbit.
we'll tip old dude.
Yep.
I'll give him like 5 silver.
I'll drop like 10 silver. About that. Double again. What's up?
Yeah, I don't know much about money, but pretty sure you could have just used the gold then.
Haha. Is that right?
Don't know much about currency.
I think Sammael's still busy, but for our purposes, in case he can hear us, I'm going to assume that you drank your drink, and it was a strong strawberry and cream flavored drink, almost like a smoothie, but it was definitely spiked. Yeah. As you guys get up to leave,
Oh, why? I keep muting myself. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh my god. I love strawberries, by the way. Best drink. It's beautiful.
He's a little lad who loves berries and cream.
as you guys lay down the money and get up to leave, Yoko comes back over and collects all your glasses and the money. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, good luck on your journey there. Try to not pass out in the alley. I did that once. Broke my nose. Not a fun time.
Oh, his little snout.
Yeah, it's like off to one side just a little bit. You can't really tell because of the fur, but yeah.
You want me to try to fix it?
Nah, man, it's long-heeled. It's just stay like this. I have to re-break it and set it, and it's a whole thing. I don't want to do that.
I can.
I can help with the re-break.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
No, I really would prefer not. Thank you, though.
I'm almost a doctor.
Well, I am almost convinced.
This could be life changing for you, but if you pass, I guess.
Imagine the smells you could smell once again.
Wait, I can. You saying that you can fix my
I'm gonna punch
snooch
him
and
as hard
I
as I
can
can.
smell better?
Randomly. It's a complete surprise.
I don't know. Is this gonna hurt?
It probably will, but I can make it
pretty
better.
significantly.
Can I just punch him in the fucking nose randomly while he's standing here?
Roll an attack.
Okay. Hold on.
Roll with
We're getting
advantage. He would be surprised.
Ooh.
You swing, and you make contact, but not with his nose. He sees you do this, and he like just enough time to react a little bit. He moves to the side, and you punch him right in the ear, just a little bit, just a glancing blow. Ow, dude! What the hell?
I'm sorry, man. I'll buy you a drink. I'm sorry.
What was that for?
I was
He
just
never
trying to
does it.
help, dude. I was
I
just
made you
trying
like
to
a
help.
smoothie and everything, man.
I know, man. I appreciate it. And honestly, I just wanted to help.
By doing what? Yeah,
I was
that
wanting to help
hurt.
fix your nose, bro. I don't know. I'm sorry. I overstepped my
I told you I
boundaries.
didn't really want it fixed.
I'm sorry, man. I'm
No.
sorry. Do you want a drink or something? I'll buy it for you.
Here, come here, buddy. Come here. He'll pat his head and he'll cast cure wounds on his ear. There you go, buddy. Here. It's okay.
That's immediately better. I appreciate that. But my feelings are still hurt, man. That's
All right, man.
not
Here's a
cool.
gold. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I can't cure feelings.
Well, I give him a gold, and I'm sure that did.
That helps, but still.
I'm sorry, man. Just know it was an act of kindness.
I'll try and take it that way.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry.
I feel terrible. I feel terrible.
Tell give him a little peck on the forehead. It's okay.
I'm gonna cast illusion and hold a little rabbit in my hand and be like, "You see this?"
I don't like. Yeah, sure, okay.
Okay, whatever. Fuck you, man.
You gotta excuse my buddies. They're not the best drunks.
Hey, you've been drinking a while. Just mellow out a little, then come back and we'll talk, man. I still appreciate your business. He cleans up, kind of like still thinking about it and cleaning the glasses, but still like.
Don't let
I'm
it
whisper under my breath to Pell. I'll be like, "Can you believe this fucking guy?"
He's a good man. His feelings hurt.
Make a perception
So
check,
nice.
anybody that wants to.
I will. I'll make a deception check.
Oh,
Ooh.
Both Pell and Sam, you, you say this, and you look at him. His back is turned, like he's turned to put the glasses away, and you see his ears on top of his head kind of just droop a little bit.
oh.
No.
Oh. What a guy.
He's a good man.
So what happened? Why is he so sensitive?
You know, some people are just a little more easily hurt than others.
Well, I'm gonna pull my triad pipe out. I wanna ask if it's okay. Hey, is it okay if I smoke in here?
Yeah, sure, it's fine.
You want to join?
Nah, I'm busy. And he walks over the other side of the bar and starts talking to somebody else.
Wow. Okay. Whatever.
See, you hurt his feelings.
Well, he just hurt mine, so we're on the fucking even playing field now,
You punched him.
You tried to break his nose, punched him in the ear, threw a gold coin at him, and acted like things were gonna be cool again.
huh? Well, I'm about to go shank his ass.
Oh my god!
All right, well, you don't need to drink no more. We'll cast lesser restoration on you.
Okay, Sam, do you let this happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
There, it's my last second level spell slot.
As Pell touches
Wow.
you the haze of alcohol just washes away from you, and you are clear and alert. A little tired because it's still late in the day, but you are no longer drunk at all.
Wow.
Now,
So
now,
I'm an asshole, it seems.
do you feel better about yourself now? Look at him.
I feel terrible, actually. Why do you always have to bring me to my senses? That's the real question.
Because sometimes we just have to have a reality check.
Okay. Well, the damage is done. What the fuck are we doing now? We continuing to hop, to crawl rather.
Well, I
Walk,
can
crawl.
certainly tell you this. I'm not sleepy yet. Oh, I've got an idea. I could go to the pit fights and find that Walling guy and punch him right in his face.
All right, hold on. I think we just all need to go to bed at this point. So I will upcast. Fucking. Oh, can I not upcast it?
Can you not?
Where?
I mean, there's no outcast like benefit, but you can certainly use an upper level spell for that. Yeah.
Okay, I have to use at least a 4th level spell slot. All right, it's sleepy time. Me touching a board.
Bor, as the lesser restoration takes you, the little bit of alcohol that's in your system, and the caffeine being chemically induced as well, is slowly washing away, and you no longer feel inebriated, and you also now start to succumb to your tiredness.
Okay. I'm suddenly really sleepy, but not sick. That's some interesting juju you got going on there.
Sometimes you just, you believe hard enough and good things happen to you. I think we all need to go to sleepy time before we either murder some fat guy for no reason, we hurt more bartenders' feelings, or we go beat the shit out of some random dude in the arena.
It doesn't help that I'm actually drunk in real life. It doesn't help whatsoever because you said he cleared my mind and he didn't. It's not clear. It's not fucking clear. Whatever. Here we are. I still want to fight people.
Well, how about we go to bed and then we go to them hot pits in the morning? We can touch lots of people.
Sounds great, actually.
Knowing the way, you eventually do find your way back to the Morning Glory. And as you walk in, the door opens and you're welcomed by a building that is somehow and welcomingly a little cool. Just like almost as if it was a different climate, because apparently some of this building is set into the ground, and that coolness of the earth surrounds a portion of the first floor of the building as you step down into the area, and it cools your body off. But as you come in, you see actually the goblin from before at the desk. Hey, you guys are back. In another room?
You know it.
Alright, well, I ain't got the same one you had before. That's rented out. I would steer clear of that if you weren't invited, I guess. Anyway, right now I got 2 twos. I only got doubles left. You get 2 beds in one in each room. You can take as many as you like.
Yep. I reckon we just get 2 apiece.
2 apiece, so you want 8 rooms?
No, just one. Just one room.
No, 2 rooms. 2 rooms. 2 rooms.
2 rooms. 2 rooms will cost you, let's call it 3 gold for the night.
Ugbor hands over a gold and 50 silver.
It's 5 silver.
Alright, that'll take care of it then. Appreciate the tip on that. So yeah, here's your keys, and he hands both of them to Ugbor. The conversion rate, Ugbor, is 10 silver equals a gold. So
Yeah.
you handed him 6 gold.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's your rooms. Appreciate that. He pockets all of it.
Fair enough.
You guys have a good night.
Well, you just made his night so much better.
I sure did.
You get to your rooms. They are not next to each other. One is on one side of the second floor hall, and the other one is across the hall, but 2 doors down. But they're both identical, more or less. There's 2 beds in the room, nightstands on either side of the rooms, or on either side of the beds, and there's a table next to the door with 1 chair at it, and one, we call it a dresser that has 3 drawers in it. A little small, but it's a storage area. Both of them have 1 window behind the beds, and between the beds in the center.
Dibs on this one. Hell just runs to whichever door he sees first.
Borik's like, dude, we should make our beds bunk beds. We have so much more room for activities.
What activities, Borg? Sneaky fuck.
Are you guys gonna do anything else before you retire for the evening?
Not that I know of.
No, Ugbor's gonna face plant right into the floor, dude. Just pow!
Okay. You guys retire for the evening, and your beds are comfortable enough and welcoming. Not the most comfortable bed you've ever slept in, but they are very nice for your current state. Y'all have a very nice evening of rest, actually, and everybody can take a long rest.
Hey, hit the button.
Hit the button.
Oh.
As you wake in the morning, the sun is very high in the sky. You apparently slept a little late. The city seems very bright and active. You can hear it outside as it lulls you awake the same way the night lulled you to sleep. And coming awake, you feel warm, almost a little sweaty in the air, going from the cool evening to the warm day. Yeah, it is still before noon. What do you guys want to get into today?
First things first, I think we need to go and see Micah.
Yeah, probably. I couldn't do it last night.
So you guys are leaving the hotel then?
Yeah, whoopie go.
Okay. As you go and return the keys, I assume, to the front desk, the person there, no longer a different person than last night, a dwarf lady. She takes the keys and thanks you and marks off some stuff in the book. As you leave and go down the street just a short ways, you see an individual who is passing out flyers for something, you don't know what. But as they are passing out flyers, they transform their appearance. They shift from one person that they're facing, like they transform to a person and present them with a flyer as themselves. Turn to another individual, transform into that individual, pass them a flyer, back and forth, changing and passing and handing out papers. Do you approach them?
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, of course, stays away from that voodoo shit.
I can kind of do that, but not as frequently as that guy does.
Alright guys, I gotta hop off here. I wanna watch these tail end of these fights here.
Alright, man.
Alright, brother.
See you guys next week, I guess.
Why, yeah?
See ya.
Save up. Oh, fuck. What'd I do?
I don't know. What'd you do?
Okay, fix it. Never mind.
So are you guys wanting to approach or just go around?
Well, if Ugbor isn't going to do it, then Pale will not do it.
Yeah, Ugbor is like,
Okay. Giving a wide berth, they continue to pass flyers to anybody they can see. In this strange manner, you carry on. Eventually, you find your way back to the Tzadiku Den, and you approach the front gate again. Again, greeted by guards in similar fashion, standing with chainmail and poleaxe. Hey, you want in?
Yeah, is it cool today?
Who you coming to see?
Maka.
All right. What about?
We completed something yesterday, and I feel like we might have had some signals mixed, so we're just going to come clarify some things real quick.
Let me give you a look over. All right. Nothing funny. Down the hall to the left, first door on the right. He opens the one door of the two giant double doors. The other guard stands there and just is unmoved. He opens the door and shows you the inner building. And the inner building is there's multiple layers. It's easier to see it now during the day as opposed to when you were sneaking into it before. But the building is kind of intricate. It's both a warehouse and a small keep that Tosvalas keeps. And it's a little bit elaborate with red brick opposed to interwoven brown sandstone and even some little decorative pieces of white marble that are cast out against the rest of it. But in the front of it, there's one door and then a door on the far left side. But he points to the door in the middle. Go in there, left, door on the right, nothing else.
Can do.
And as you enter, as soon as you enter the doors, you see the guard, watch you in. But as soon as you're mostly inside the door, he shuts the front gate the rest of the way and goes back to his post. Going inside, you hear inside the building is the rustling of a lot of people moving around different things. but it's still the same size building, the same building you were in before. And going around the hallway that snakes around the outside of the building, you come to a door on the right.
We'll knock on it.
Come in. It's fine. It's open.
We'll open the door.
As you open the door and go in, you are greeted with basically a welcoming area that goes up to a window, almost like a serving window, and beyond that, you see a bookshelf here and a table there stacked with different things, boxes and little pieces of things, papers and logs. On the counter, on the serving counter that's at the window, there's some papers and pens with inkwells and some a ledger that's been ratcheted down to the desktop. In the back, you see people wheelbarrowing stones across the way to the back wall, and on the back wall of the room past where you're able to go, you can see that there is people stacking these stones in almost like an arch fashion, and there's somebody directing the workers to put them in such fashion. He's holding a paper and he's pointing at different things and telling. You hear one of the shouts. He says, "No, you have to angle it so it has this arch. You have to make them connect at the top." And he's talking to them, and some people are laying down mortar between the stones. And amongst the stones, there is been carted in what looks like a tree, roots and all, been bagged up at the roots. It's sitting there next to the arch that they're building against the wall, and next to the guy on the floor you see is the black box you tried here once. And as soon as you're able to take all that in, a guy steps around the corner. "Hey, what do you want?" And the guy now blocks your view. It's a human with a bowl cut, light brown hair. He has glasses on, and his glasses arch over his nose, and they're perfectly circular glasses that go around his eyes, and they go over his ears in the back, and if you can tell they kind of arch to connect behind his head.
Oh.
And he walks up and he has a vest on and a red shirt underneath the vest. "I'm Micah. What can I do for you?"
Oh, we came here to find you, actually.
"Perfect. What do you want?"
So we're helping Tosvalis with some debts and
Yeah.
stuff. And well, I don't really know. We collected the debt from that armory place,
Yeah.
and we have the money, but I think you guys just went over there a little bit after we did and just kind of took everything.
Why didn't you give me the money?
Well,
Give it. Give it.
Here.
He's holding his
Here.
hands like grabby hands.
here, grab it out of Fort's T-pose and body in the back. Take it. Fuck.
Thanks. He takes the money and looks through it and quickly counts it. Like you think it's almost like he's faking counting it, but you realize he's probably just really good at counting money, and he's going through it really quickly, and then bags it back up without even really taking it out of the bag. He's just shifting through it in the bag, quickly backs it back up, puts it behind the counter, turns around and writes down fiercely the number, and closes the book. Thanks. We appreciated that yesterday.
Yeah, speaking of which, I think you guys confiscated some of his belongings.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those belongings were my belongings. I'm gonna need those back.
Well, according to my ledger here, it says tough shit. They're already sold.
Where'd you sell them to?
Pawn store down on Lingus Street, Kertig's pawn store.
Eric's pawn store. Okay.
I don't know what he did with them, but it was nothing remarkable. It's hard to tell. What, you got anything else?
Make makes me feel really warm inside about me. That's sort of...
Maybe they just don't appreciate good craftsmanship. No, Baka. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing you again here shortly, though.
Cool. Bye.
Adios.
He just stares at you while you leave.
Fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
So you're just going out of the compound entirely?
I half expected him to bust out a mwahahaha.
Couldn't expect him to breathe hardly, right?
Like Mandark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys leave the Tadikugan, the compound entirely, and they're standing once again outside of Totsvavas's compound, and having given away money and received very little for it.
Yeah.
You now have to decide what else to do, but that is a tale for another day.
Alrighty.
Pell is tired of the city. He hates people.